I didn't go to school, I didn't go to parties. It's always been like a challenge for me to feel like I'm able to fit in because I don't know what to talk about.
My guest on the show today, she's 20 years of age. She's been a star of Stranger Things, Enola Holmes, Godzilla, now Damsel. She even rescues dogs. Everyone, Millie Bobby Brown. How do you take it all in at this such young age?
You know, my family, they mean the world to me, and I think they help me take it all in. I can't take it all in on my own. It's too much to think of. You know, it's a lot of memories, it's a lot of growth, and I have to give it like therapy and like a lot of self-improvement. I have to reground myself. And then the second thing would be my animals. Like, my animals are what ground me, and truly, like, you know, you come from a premiere and you think you're on top of the world, and then you go back home and I'm shoveling donkey poo. And there's really not much else to it. I mean, that is truly what grounds me. I'm like, oh yeah, like, they don't know who I am, and nor do they care. They just want me to feed them.
8 dogs,
Yep.
4 cats, 1 donkey, 1 pony, 3 goats, 1 sheep, 1 rabbit. Why did this happen and how? And did I get that right, by the way?
You didn't get it right because
You
there's
tell
more
me.
now.
There's more now, okay.
So right before, you were right, there's 8 dogs. But right before I left to go to New York, I got a call that a dachshund actually, was left on the street. He's 11 years old, and I've decided I'm going to keep him because he hasn't got much long left. And, you know, if I can give him a comfy, warm rest of his life, I will.
When does it stop?
It won't.
We're ever going to see a show, Millie Bobby Brown's farm?
Well, I loved The Farm with Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
So for me, I really liked that. So I would be really interested because I do think that actually, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I don't think people know enough about animals and like how it truly works. You have to love them and they love you, and there's a bond. I bottle fed all of my babies, so all of them know me as mum.
See, this sums you up, Mills. I mean, obviously, I know you personally, and you're such a family girl. You're so grounded. You've never changed, even with all your success. What do you think gives you that kind of warmth, and is it family again?
I find fun in taking care of animals. I find fun in like chasing my pony around and trying to get it in the shed. You know, it's just like that to me is fun. And
that's your release when you get home from work.
It is, yeah. And I found it really difficult because socializing hasn't been something I'm overly familiar with because I just didn't go out. I didn't go to school, I didn't go to parties. So, you know, it's always been like a challenge for me to feel like I'm able to fit in because I don't know what to talk about. I grew up with 50-year-old men, you know, putting a mic on me and filming me on a set. So I don't know how to connect with younger people. I mean, it was just always quite difficult for me. So when I met my fiancé, Jake, he was able to really introduce me to what he was used to. And he taught me that, you know, I'm able to find fun in that in just my own way.
At a young age, how do you choose the projects? How much work goes into saying no to this one and yes to this one? The work that people don't see.
Yeah, I think that is a job in itself. I have an amazing team. We work tirelessly together to make sure that everything is cohesive, that all the jobs that I do are done with intention, that have clear messaging and that fit with who I am and what I believe in. So Damsel really embodies everything I believe in. Enola Holmes is, of course, 11 shot me into what I'm doing now. So for me, everything I do with clear intention, and it feels something that's right for me and organic and represents who I am authentically. I want especially my younger generation to watch my things and feel something after, truly feel inspired or want to be that character. And I want them to go out from that project and want to go and change the world.
I know how close you are to your sister, Ava, and there's a moment where your character needs to risk everything for her younger sister. Do you think that's a nice love note to Ava to say, that's what I would do for you?
My relationship with my younger sister is really close. So not only was I able to put it in the movie, but also when I was playing it, I was able to implement all of those feelings that I feel for Ava into the character. So it could transpire on screen. So some of the things that I do with Ava, I did with my younger sister who played her. I was able to really have that. So when you watch it, you feel like you're watching 2 sisters instead of 2 actors. I don't want girls to think out there that they have to have anyone, let alone a man, but anyone save them. You know, they can save themselves, and they have to become self-reliant and resilient and find their inner dragon to fight for themselves in whatever capacity, not for survival, but simply just to be able to walk into school that next day and go, do you know what? Today I'm going to actually I'm not going to let that person speak to me like that, and I'm going to find my inner dragon. So I think, you know, you can implement it in whatever capacity in your life, but I do think it's very important and a vital thing that the girls and my younger audiences should know.
How much physical training goes into doing something like this?
That's the thing, is I didn't want to prepare because my character
isn't supposed to be prepared.
Yeah, well, she's not meant to look strong in that moment. She's meant to be thrown by a dragon, and I want my body to do what it does if that truly happened to me. So I don't want to prepare myself. I want to feel it. So most of the stunts in the film weren't really truly stunts. I would be running and fall by accident, and they kept it in, and then they'd say, "Can you just fall at that time again?" because it looked really good. So most of it was if I fell, if I grabbed something and then it fell off. I mean, everything was instinctual. So the director really kept in most of it.
We mentioned before when I walked in about the wedding invite. I'm only going to touch on it once. I have got the wedding invite. I'm very grateful. I've RSVP'd. Cheers, Jake, out there as well. But I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who is the master of ceremonies?
What does that mean?
He's the guy that basically stands there with a mic and dictates, tells everyone where to sit, says who's next going to do a speech.
Would you like to be there?
I would love to be your master of ceremonies.
Okay, I'll make that happen.
Oh, boom! That's all I need. Interview over. Mills, honestly, Damsel is incredible. You go from strength to strength. You're an incredible woman. You're doing incredible things, and I love you very much. And
I
we all
love
do.
you too. Mwah.
Thanks,
Thank you
Mills.
again.
This is Heart.